Through trials and tribulations, you have prevailed. The spirit is unbreakable, never derailed. With a rich heritage and culture and grace, Liberia, you are the land we embrace.
You are welcome to the Bottom Line Liberia.
And so we want to say welcome to the Bottom Line Liberia. This is the program that brings you the truth, the story, and the analysis. We are here in Europe. This is a European platform. And so if you're wondering where we are in Europe, specifically in Central Europe. And so we scatter all over the place: Sweden, Norway, Denmark, no, not Denmark, Great Britain. So my colleague Paul Lord Chilople is there in the UK, London to be specific, and he and I will be teaming up tonight. We expect that our colleague Francis Mensah from Sweden will be joining us, and together we can bring you the Bottom Line Liberia. You may wonder, how are we called the Bottom Line Liberia discussions? We discuss the issues from the top to the bottom, or we start from the bottom to the top. That means we got no limit. So Paul, let me say welcome to you this beautiful Tuesday, the 5th of November. Man, we in November? Welcome, Paul.
Well, good evening, Linford. Good evening. Yes, good evening to our viewers that are following us via Jala TV, Bottom Line, Facebook, YouTube. Good evening to all of you. Yes, we're in November, and pretty soon we'll be in January. Time flies. And I was out.
You me over December?
I'm telling you, because I was out today around the shopping center, and the post already started playing Christmas carols. So I said, "Oh wow!" So January just around the corner. So what happened? We'll soon be celebrating the new year by His grace. That it is where it is. Time don't wait for man. It just fly like, I don't know, like an arrow. Yeah, how you doing, my brother?
I'm great by God's grace. And you talk about people already starting to buy Christmas things and playing Christmas carol. In Asia it's a bit different, especially in the Philippines. They start the Christmas thing from September, because that's the first month that in the year that ends with BER. So September, October, November, December, 4 months. They do their preparation. And I was there. So I was like, wait, these people, something must be wrong with these people. 4 months, the whole street people just celebrating. But the fact here is that the year goes fast. Sometimes we plan, but before you pop your eye, man, the year is gone. So just recently, Joe Biden took power, and there was inauguration in January. I think it was January 22nd to be specific. And now we're talking about November, December. So the year goes fast, and nothing significant has happened from where I sit to testify to. But Paul, tonight, you know what's happening in the country? The latest news that we have, or trending news that we have, is that certain number of lawmakers within the House of Representatives want to remove or impeach the Speaker of the House of Representatives that they all elected. And so the House is split into two. One group is backing the Speaker, and the other group that call themselves the majority say, no, we're going to remove him. And so that has been the impasse for the past 2 weeks now. Tomorrow we'll make it exactly 2 weeks. On Thursday we'll make it exactly 2 weeks. Send the whole thing surface, but people say it's been in the planning for a long time. But those are some of the things we'll be discussing tonight. We'll also discuss we'll be looking at generally the outcome, how it's going to end, because as we said, even last night we did talk about it, Paul, on this program. As we said, nobody knows exactly how it's going to end. We can only predict, we can only assume, we can only think, but nobody has a clear-cut prediction to say this is how it's going to end. Whether Kufa will step aside, whether he will continue, and if Kufa continues to hold on to power, and the guys continue to be rebelling, it means that nothing is going to happen when the house has work to do for the Liberian people. So, Paul, I don't know, is any other thing? We probably will take a short musical break and then we can share the show and then come back. For those of you following us, please help us to share the show to your various contacts.
Yeah, that's true. And then I think we'll also talk about Tewon Gonglo, who spoke out regarding the revelation that's happening in the house.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something I will look at. And then today also is election in the US. So
Great.
yeah, we might have a female president for the United States for the first time, or they have the same old racketeer Donald Trump. So that's it. That's what on the card now. So people are kind of lining up, casting their vote. So we'll wait and see. Maybe by tomorrow we'll start getting some sort of indication who in the lead. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, not even tomorrow, late tonight, around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Start
But,
getting.
yeah, so you're right, Paul. And I think all ears are tuned to the US. So there is where the action will be now. So we hope. But in elections, I don't get very excited because a lot of stupid people can vote and they don't vote correctly. So that's why this is all from my own experience in Liberia, where you got very good candidates. Everybody can see clearly with their 2 eyes that this particular candidate is good. But then on the other side, you got these stupid people. Sorry for that expression, but anything that is not sensible is stupid. That go and influence the decision. They go and cast out their vote, and their vote counts. So then, that's why I don't really trust electoral process. I rather trust a military coup, because if the military coup they go when they overthrow the president, everybody know that the president is not there anymore. But where you got Google people line up to go vote, and then some funny people on the other side diluting the whole process. When you look, their decision takes over, and they put some bad people in power. Something that we experience in Liberia over and over again. That's why I really do not become so excited about elections. So we are closely following the elections in the US, and we hope that people will think wisely and vote wisely.
But that's something you straight. It makes a lot of difference, because you see elections. That's why they say democracy. When people decide to vote, crazy people, that's where you get. But you see the other society where they just have one president for over 30 years, those countries tend to go the way that leadership wants it to be. Look at China. They get one party, and that one party say we're going this way. And they look at Russia. It's all of those countries that have that mindset. Look at Rwanda. They may say that democracy, but no. Paul Kagame has set the standard the way he wanted the country to go, and it's just going that way. But whereby you get group of people that don't understand what is democracy, they can vote crazy people in. And it happens. Yeah.
Yeah, and you struck a very important point, folks. We have not yet started. We get hitting up. When you talk about leaders being powerful, in the real actual context of the Western democracy, they will describe it as dictatorship, where the leader does not want to leave. But if you look at it sensibly, analytically, you get to know that if a leader is there, I'm not saying that I support one leader being there for all the time, but if a leader is there with a clear-cut vision that is driving the country in a direction where the citizens want, that leader can be there for long. But in our system of democracy, where we elect president for 6 years, the danger of it, or let me start with the good side. The good side of it is that when we elect a president for 6 years, he's not going to be there forever. We can vote him out if we feel that he's not doing good. But the danger of it is this, that we vote this guy for 6 years, and the guy knows that he's not going to do anything good, but he's only going there to steal. So you know that he will be removed after 6 years. So he will steal enough. And when the guy steals, we also made a law that when the mayor become president, he's immune to any prosecution. So the guy will steal enough money because at the end of the day, though, he knows that he's not going to go back. So he will steal enough money, then we'll vote him out. He say, oh, yeah, you're thinking, yeah, you're going to vote me outside, but at least I got what I wanted. So this is the danger of it. Unless the president that will be there for long with clear vision and he's driving the country in the direction that we want, yes, for me, I wouldn't mind if we have a very good president who is making sure that the educational system is improved, healthcare delivery is improved, the economy is good, people are working, Liberian people going to get satisfied. Boys coming from university or Liberia, right away you graduate. In fact, while you in your senior class, you got placement somewhere for training. Nobody will care about who is there for 6, 7, 9 years. No. But, so both systems have the bad and the good side.
But do you know why is it that African leaders that went for, they have second term, then they want to change the constitution or go for third term? If they start something, they know that the next person who's going to come will not finish it. So So in reality, democracy, in my opinion, is not really good for us in Africa. Sometimes we need a Jerry Roden kind of person say, no, I want my country to be like this. That way you can have it. Paul Kagame has set that example right in Africa there. The main election campaign, Paul Kagame does not campaign. He just said, my records will talk. And the people will overwhelmingly vote for him. You see the kind of thing? So that means if you're doing something good, people see, like the young boy in Burkina Faso, the 36-year-old boy that wants to get Traore say, well, we need to give power back to the people. What happened? Young people took onto the street, said, no, we beg you, hold on, because this is the way you're doing things. We like how you're doing things, so we don't want you rush. So in a sense, it just goes sometimes to have somebody with clear vision and just forget about this so-called democracy. Because in my country, Liberia, people vote, they don't understand why they vote. So
they vote because they like the way you dress, the way you talk, the way you walk, the food you eat, the house you live in. Your house friend say, "I will vote for that man."
So they don't really understand what is democracy. If you ask somebody why you voting for the person, yeah, because I like this person, or the person help pay my school fees. They just
that person everybody voting for. So I don't want to be on the losing side.
Everybody voting for. So we don't really get what they don't understand what is democracy. So yeah, certain countries, no, maybe in the Western world, it suits them because they corrupt in a way, they corrupt their people, they blind food, they lie to their people. So, but on our side, I think dictatorship will be the best thing for a country like Liberia to get on a better pathway.
Yeah, I agree, but dictatorship, it should be a dictator that is good, that is doing the right thing.
That's why I gave Jerry Roden name. Call for the government.
You don't put a rogue government in place and expect them to be dictator. So you see, that's what I said. Both ways, it got the advantage and the disadvantage, or advantages and disadvantages. But let's take a short musical break. When we come back, we'll be going to our actual discussions.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people who us, the people lie to us, the government betray us, so much. I said they lie. The people who us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not do us. I said we tired with their lies, we tired with their promises that led us to a lot of damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now you need to deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to beat? You see, we just tell you. That's why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go not to corrupt. No one to trust. My people, no one to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then instead they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they fall. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go not to corrupt. We tired with the promises that left us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now you need to deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to beat? You see, we just tell you. That's why we voted you. But you fool us. You screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie.
You're watching the review of Liberian newspapers headlines that made news during the week on the Bottom Line Liberia. Please join us every Tuesday and Friday at 7 p.m. Liberian time, 8 p.m. UK time, 9 Central European time.
Yes, indeed. We're going to take you through a review of the major stories, some of the major stories in the daily newspapers in Liberia. And like we always say, you may have probably read some of the stories or heard them on the radio, on the TV, on the internet, but that does not negate the fact that we also have a different version, not a different, completely different version, but we may have our opinionated versions of those stories. And that's why we make our deal to come here every evening. So tonight we're going to be taking you through some of the major news stories in some of the papers. I'll mute your background. So, like I said before, we have Paul the Lord Children, and we said we're expecting our colleague Francis Mensah, and of course he made it on time. Francis, welcome. We're just about to start. For those of you following us from Liberia or wherever you are, we want to say share the show. Please help us to share the show to your contacts, and let's have a good evening together. And probably we'll recognize one or two people. We have a few friends watching from Liberia. So we like to say thanks for following us wherever you're watching us from. This is the Bottom Line Liberia, and this is where we discuss the issues. So, Francis, welcome, and Paul. What do you have for us tonight, and how can we start?
Well, the thing is, I would say good evening to you guys. Good evening to our viewers. Friends, say good evening. We'll look at Tewon Gonglo, because the revelation that is happening in the lower house. Tewon spoke out today, and we need to look at what he's saying, because we've been saying all along that how come those opposition political parties are silent on this issue. So the Broomman spoke on this issue. So we'll look at it, and then we'll look at a few newspaper headlines about New Kuwait, the recording is out there that they want to temper with the budget. And we'll also look at this new clip that the World Economic Council that's supposed to be set up, and is the U.S. government looking forward to this one, so we can talk about that. So so guys, I think we should take us through Linford by Tewon. Let's start with Tewon. What Tewon say, or do you want us to start with the revelation in the house, which link with Tewon, whichever way?
I will first think that, because the public is anxious. A lot of people have not probably heard this. Maybe when the Supreme Court gave the stay order and asked the majority group, the so-called majority group, the group wanting to remove Councillor Kufuor or Speaker Kufuor, maybe a lot of people understood it to say, okay, no, this group is not allowed. That means the majority group is not allowed to function. They're not allowed to do anything. You should just go straight to sit under the gavel of Councillor Kufuor. But and that's what everybody was looking up to. So the hopes were high that, Tuesday, that was from yesterday now. So people say, yeah, Tuesday, tomorrow, Sunday, there will be a session. The guys will go. They have to go. But the Supreme Court came up with a clarification. It was the justice in chambers, the Justice Yami Kwekwe Gbese, gave a clarification, and you can see that story is in the Daily Observer newspaper, that he did not put a stay order on the functioning of the majority group, that they cannot have their own sitting, that they cannot perform. He only told them to go carry that petition and see if they can form the quorum to remove the speaker. So a lot of people are saying that the Supreme Court did not do much to help the situation. And so for that reason, the guys did not actually go to chambers today. And so Councillor or Speaker Kufuor did not get a quorum to be able to convene session. So they were there, according to, I follow some of the news outlets, and one of the news outlets said they were there for roughly an hour and nothing happened. So they had to adjourn. Okay. And then they went to court. After the adjournment, they went to court. So what I don't know is what was discussed in the court. But right after that, that is the majority group actually failed. They refused, either refused or failed to go to chamber. So that means nothing happened today. And then there was this bit, I'm just laying the premise, and then there was this bit about the citizens marching to go petition our lawmakers to stop what they're doing. But then again, I think the marchers got there late when they got, because there was no session. So after 1 hour, they left. So the marchers got there late. They could not present a petition to anybody, or they didn't meet the people in session. So the whole thing was just some kind of fiasco. But right after that, Councillor Tawan Gonglo gave a press conference. And Paul, you can roll that press conference so we can listen to what he said.
Luther Collins are both encouraged and protected as they play a crucial role in exposing corruption and safeguarding our nation's integrity. The fight against bribery and corruption is fundamental to the building of a more transparent and accountable Liberia. Together, we must steadfastly defend the integrity of our government institutions. This issue should not be ignored or concealed, as the betrayal of public trust has severe negative repercussions for our people. Consider the fact that each of the 48 members of the House of Representatives received 15,000 United States dollars, US $720,000, or LD $136,800,000 under this criminal conspiracy. Reflect on what this money could have done for our schools and clinics. This is one of the reasons that I'm advocating for the elimination of graduation fees from kindergarten to the university level in both private and public schools. Government is a place to serve, not to steal. I thank you.
Government is a place to serve and not to steal. Paul? Francis?
Yeah. I think Taiwan is right here. Government, it is a place to serve, not to steal. And he's right. And what he calling from, I think, in line with that all schools in Liberia should treat government private schools should be treated. This thing about paying graduation fees, it should be out completely. Yet the government pay for it, because they have that kind of money to spend on lawmakers. Then why they can't spend that kind of money on those government institutions, hospitals, and schools? So I think Taiwan is spot on.
Yes, I mean, the council has a valid concern, considering the economic hardship that the people going through in the country. Such a huge amount of money should be allocated to something more substantial, sustainable, than to remove an individual from a particular position. So yeah, we hope that this allegation will be investigated, and those who carry out the bribery will be charged. We call our international partners as well, to look into this and take some action against those people, because these are not the tenets of democracy. So we need to uphold the tenets of democracy, so that our countries can flourish. So it's unfortunate that you spend almost $1 million just to remove an individual. Got the hospitals, got other infrastructures that need to be revamped and have to be taken care of.
Okay. I think the councillor struck a point that bribery is a serious crime under the Liberian Constitution, and is punishable by even 5 years in jail. And when we talk about bribery, you know, I don't think any crime is lesser than the other one, no matter what type of crime. Like if I steal one piece of one pot of peanuts is equivalent to somebody who stole $1 billion. Because the nature of what happened is what we look at, not probably the amount involved or what happened. It's like if somebody kills a baby and another person kills an adult, both are guilty because the baby got life and the adult got life, same life. So if crimes, I mean, or what do you call that? Bribery is a crime under the Liberian law, and who is involved even will add more gravity to the case. Because we talk about lawmakers here. If you get one Joe Blow down other side that was arrested by policemen, let's say the Joe Blow is driving keke and he gave the policeman arresting and he gave the policeman $5 and say, "Oh my man, please leave me." That bribery right there. But who is involved? One little, keke driver. But you got lawmakers who made law that everybody is looking up to, and the laws that they make in that house ban us. Okay? It's banning on us. So if they are the same people breaking that law, so I think it should carry more weight. Not that anything or any crime is lesser than the other, but I think the person involved in the crime. So I think it should carry more weight. And the councillor said they should many people should begin to, because and this is to set precedent. These are people we elect, we send them, and they do this kind of thing. So it is binding on us, we the citizens. Nobody got to tell us. Nobody got to tell us. We should know that the people we send to work are not working, are not doing what we need to do, and so we should take a decision. Two things we can do. I don't call for the removal, or wait, be patient until the next election time, remove them. So, I think the councillor was spot on.
Olimfa, look, let me just adjust something I need to say of concern. The manner and form in which our lawmakers conduct themselves. They feel that they are above the laws of Liberia. And this has been the case over the years since the war. I don't know what makes them feel that way. I mean,
because they make a law.
Because look, they always have people for contempt, and they are the ones who are more contemptuous. Or contemptuous, if there's a word. I don't understand how these people. Is that a privileged position or what? Just opportunity to serve. I don't know how the other lawmakers be. In Europe, I don't see no lawmaker taking exception to critics and calling people, summoning people to the chimos because they criticize or lawmaker, or individual lawmaker, or what it is. I think we have to go back to the law. I think the constitution or something to help reduce some of the powers that these guys have. Because most of them, they abuse their power. And that's actually leading to what we are today.
Friends say you spot on. With the situation in Liberia, people get away with impunity. You see, people are going back. We had a discussion yesterday when we were young that grew up in Monrovia. What we saw those days, the respect, but this time around, people who have come to the capital to work, they only come to steal. And this is the problem that we have, and no one seems to address that problem. The only way such problem can be addressed The executive cannot do it. The other branch of government can only interpret, but the one that caused the problem, like what the guys plan to do, that, oh, we march on Capitol Hill to tell the guys to stop. But we're not made enough. We say something, we don't stand by it. If Liberia was some kind of country like, for example, like Kenya and other places, the lawmakers will not be talking, they'll go back to work. The citizen will make them. But in Liberia, because they'll say, oh, 14-year civil war, oh, let's wait until election time, then we go elect the same crooks. This is the problem we have. Until the citizen decide to teach these people a lesson that we are the employers. If you don't do our work, we'll march on your leave. That's the only way. The citizen have the right to even demand their salary come down. But we seem to lay back. That's why the guy's taking off Ora. Could you imagine this guy? I gave example, the guy who beat Buffer Chima, the former speaker. He was a money changer. He go in the house now. He ran $45,000 car. He now connect with these people to get $15,000 to remove somebody. Tell me, for Christ's sake, that kind of people, what do you do with them?
And you just a good that you mentioned. You mentioned Williams. Williams was a student leader. He was an advocate. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
The man who was advocating for social change, social justice. You know, he got into the House of Representatives. He got in the House. He became, or he is conflicted right now. You know, so I don't know.
And sometimes, guys, you know, I think sometimes we gotta look at it the other way too. We always blame the voters. Yes, I blame them at times, especially when they go and vote again for somebody who they elected before and did not perform. But the other side of the coin that I look at is this. Sometimes we bring or new people get in the race, good people get in the race. And then the Liberian people are afraid to vote that person. I mean, I'll be point blank. The case of Mr. Cummings, 2 different times he has run. And people are skeptical to vote for him. And you know the reason why, like the Williams guy you're talking about, this is a student activist, somebody who was on the forefront, talking all these things, making people to believe that he's a good guy. When he got there, he changed and he's doing the opposite. So then the voters get confused. They say, but who will vote now? Because every day, new person come in and say, oh yeah, I'm a very good person, I'm the best person for the job. When we put in there, they disappoint us. So why can't we just continue to elect the same people who, you know, not doing well for us? So I think sometimes, you know, I don't know, but this is where the voters come from when they start to reject people. Because they are not sure of anybody anymore. And the reason I'm saying that is we've done everything possible in this country. In one small little country, we're not even 5 million people. We kill president through coup to bring change. We grab 13 government officials broad day, we kill them broad day. And I mean, that people say, I see it. But broad day, I was sitting here, we were playing football. When the thing happened, we ran from Chamber of Commerce to go there in the Paris. And when they ran that circle 7 times, there was a circle of people going around the people 7 times. I was a young boy. That memory stayed fresh to me. Okay, we saw all of that, and that would have interpreted in our minds that stealing, corruption is not good. Do not do it. But the same people who killed people, the president, and turned around and killed 13 people, and having 13 people, all of people, they did worse. All of them even ended up worse. We didn't start there. We brought war. And this time, the war covered the entire country. So people who were not in Monrovia at that time to see how they killed the president and his 13 people, at least they too fell the war. But still, we didn't learn sense. Then we said, okay, we're not good. We're not kill each other too much. Let's go back again. When we made peace, we came back. And then it even multiplied. So it's confusing to the people. What will we do? We say, okay, they want our Congo people, but not bring our own country people. The country people mess up. We say, George, we had somebody from way down there. the ball, you're playing football, he came from way Nukutan or something like Sony or West Point. Let's bring him, that man will know. Ali will always go for case me on the beach. Nothing happened. So sometimes the voters get confused. That's just my own analysis, that they don't know what to do. Look at the case of Williams that you're talking about. Somebody who stood up with Laumore. Look at Dillon. Dillon King, all the Laumore, he was going to light. This time, whether he touched light or he what? He kerosene light or what? You know, so people, the voters get confused. And that's just how I feel.
Linford, there's something in Liberia they call citizen arrest. You know, you don't have to take gun or be violent. The thing is,
well, have you done it before? Have you done it before? Have you done it before?
Francis asked a question. I don't know what the post should do, and you keep laying on that premise. The people can teach the lawmaker complete sense that they, you know, if the post decides, say, look, your salary will be reduced, it can happen. Don't take us for ride. We have enough. Today, your salary will be reduced. You can petition your government. The thing is written in black and white. It's the very first paragraph of the Constitution. The people have the power, but the people are afraid to use the power. That's why these guys get away with it.
I was just about to stop you to ask you whether the people are exercising this power.
But that's the point I'm making.
Yeah, Vandela Patrick
exercise that power.
Vandela Patrick and his group called, I think, something like Group for Change. They organized this march. According to him, it was not a protest. They organized this march to go to the Capitol today. And they have been publicizing this thing on all of the local radio stations in Monrovia. Any rational person would have thought that this march would have been saying it's not a protest to say you're going to clash the government, you're just going to petition at least your lawmaker that you're elected. Anybody rational man would have thought that that group would be large today. I sat down. Today I was at work, but I kept looking at my phone. And all I saw, people, handful of people, because that's what I expected. Okay? So, Liberian people, we sometimes create our own problems. And then we sit there and cry to be victims. March on these people. These are people who were just at your doorstep few years ago or a few months ago asking you to vote for them. It is time for you to visit them. Tell them, no, this is not what you asked us to do. But again, here we are, Liberian people, like you rightly said, we got the citizens arrest. We get an arrest warrant in our hand, but we can't deliver it. Go to the Boga, you really got to go to the capital. You're in one district, you're assembled to your lawmaker, you're no anything here, you're assembled to your house. Tell him, man, you're not coming outside today. And when you come outside, you get it right in your hand. You grab that burger and take him to the capital. Put him, somebody came to the capital and say, you sit down here today. Once one group see you doing it, the other group will do it. But I saw that crowd today, I got discouraged.
I mean, so, that's a vigilante style.
Yes. Look,
sometimes it works.
Yeah,
sometimes it's actually work because
what do we haven't done?
Of District 5, you get
what are we afraid of?
From District 5 march to that lawmaker houses. We didn't send you there for this nonsense.
Yeah, get the car. Let's go.
He will behave that, oh, I won't take my district for granted. I'm being honest. That's what they need to do. Citizen arrest. Because the nonsense not going to stop. The children not going to school. One jack taking 40,000 car. You're not sent to get 40,000 car. You seize that man car, say, we don't have cleaner in this place. We'll send you there to advocate for things to happen. If everyone start doing it.
But Francis, you describe it as vigilante act. Yes, vigilante act is not a criminal act, though. It is the word vigilante is to keep watch, to prevent. So, the post district 1, district, whatever district, you know your lawmaker is involved in this thing. They are not been going to work for the past 2 weeks, and they are taking pay. More end they will pay them. We'll back out for them. We'll buy 90,000 account for those pockets. 2 times, 45. Yeah. So they work for us. You go to the main hall early morning. You're gonna be 100 people, 2, 3, 4, 5 person can make it. You go. You say, Mr. representative, we are from the district. You are not been going to work. Today you will go. Yeah, one car, you're not getting your car, getting the car to go. Nothing you'll do, you'll be forced to get in the car. Two things you'll be afraid of. If you do it, that your lawmaker, you can petition to remove him. And two, you can vote in next time you can vote him out. So you'll be obliged. So
the thing is, you don't have to wait for next time to vote him. If you get over 1,000 signatures from that district, they can say, no, we want the man out.
You see it? So vigilante start. What is vigilante start? It doesn't matter. We are for war. We kill the whole president. Then they turn around before war. So what we see here, we have seen the worst. So grabbing one jackass.
You call a town hall meeting, Representative X. On Saturday, District 5 want to have a meeting with you. Because by right, they're supposed to have a surgery with their people every week to tell them, or every month, what they're doing.
Yes.
We want to have a meeting with you. At that meeting, over 1,000 people turn out say, we gave you a mandate to go represent us. We didn't say for this one. If you don't represent us, we're going to remove you by force. It's in our hand. If all the districts start doing it, those buckers will reduce their salary. You force them because that's what you need to do. Force them to reduce their salary. And if you seize their car, say the car will sell it because our children are going to school, will take their money to register our children, then nonsense will stop. That's what the people need to do. Take two districts, march to the capital there, seize the building until say we demanding that this happen. If we gave you up to a month, if it does not happen, we're coming back. People will change course.
Look, I mean, all what you just explained, what you just stated, I mean, it sounds good, but at the end of the day, the very people we are talking about and talking for, they're always compromised. The lawmakers will go into the districts. He has his ears. He has his, his what you call it, aides in the district and start to distribute money. There will be counter protest. Trust me. And our people don't stand for anything. Especially, they are gullible. So I mean, if we were people of substance, if we stood up for a cause, these guys won't be doing what they're doing. But at the end of the day, you have 10%, you have 1,000 people petitioning there. You have the lawmaker make sure you gather 2,000 names and pay them $10. It'll be against it. So we don't work in the collective interest of ourselves. That's the whole problem.
Yeah, I agree with you partly, Francis. But the thing is, we haven't tried it before. I mean, at least not that I know of. We haven't tried it. Look, assemble a jackass or house. Whatever your file, you're gonna be 10. Assemble there. Look, I know Liberia man. We saw. Somebody want to get his name, but instead of holding it.
We saw similar action.
Yeah, the moment they see 4 or 5 men at our house and they're hearing noise, they say,
that was actually
yeah. So, but
Abu Kamara there,
the next story, and let's see what will happen. But before we do that, let's get a very quick one. Okay, we are back. That was a sharp one. So Paul, there is a story that you were trying to talk about that is concerning the War and Economic Crimes Court. This thing has been lingering around. The president at one point, he was supposed to sign some kind of document according to Alan White and all the people involved, and he passed a decree literally approving the War and Economic Crimes Code. But since that time, been silent. They even said we're going to establish, in fact, they appointed a guy. I don't know whether this guy is taking pay. They appointed a guy who was supposed to be in charge, right? If you can remember. So up to now, I don't know whether this guy is taking pay or not. And if he's taking pay, why is he taking pay? Because he's not working, nothing is happening. But then the Americans,
I think there was a new appointment done. There was some new guy.
Where you been? There's a new
Yeah, there's
appointment.
new appointment. There's a new guy that they appointed. I think that was yesterday or day before
Kanga.
yesterday.
President Wayne Kanga.
yeah,
Yes.
but Francis, you can't ask me where I've been because I know the old guy was still functioning until they appointed a new one. So my
No,
question
So
there
I
is,
don't think that guy took a post. So there's new guard now.
The guy was suspended. The guy because the people advocates said he was involved in some
Removal
cases.
or
He was a lawyer for some war law or some murder or something.
okay.
So that was, I mean, the president, withdrew his nomination, and they were still vetting, and they have considered his name, Kanga, something. The guy, his name, something, yeah.
Yeah, they got new person. Yeah.
Okay.
So you read because they have new person. So the U.S. embassy, the ambassador for the war crown, welcome the new guy. This is the story in the front page Africa. So the war crown ambassador pledged to support the new war crown quote held
Okay. On the eve of the U.S. elections.
US. Yes.
Okay.
So that's the story.
Now, okay, but I want us to play around, even though nobody knows I don't know whether any of you guys have gotten any information from the election so far. We'll be waiting for the next. It's now 10 o'clock, so maybe between 11 o'clock to not 11 o'clock, maybe 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock tomorrow morning. Yeah, we'll start hearing some things. But how could the U.S. elections, because it's mentioned at the same on the eve of the U.S. election, which could decide feature of the court, how do you think this elections, the result, the outcome of this election could affect our war crimes court establishment? Because we don't know who's going to win. And when I ask this question, it's general. You can weigh in from Kamala Harris' side, you can weigh in from Trump's side.
So let me start for them friends they come in. There is a valid question they are posed because what happened? President Biden and Kamala Harris have a policy on war crimes. So and Donald Trump, he's this guy. He don't care. I don't think when it comes to Africa, he want to do anything with Africa. So that's what the people is saying now. The future, the election will determine who. If Kamala Harris wins, that means that policy that the Democrats have on Liberia regarding the war crime will continue. But they don't know of Donald Trump. And that's why it's on a hold now. So we hope that this woman win so the process can continue because the U.S. are going to fund this. And we know Donald Trump, now let's spend it on Africa. So that's where we might pray we want to walk code that people who march into the poll now, by the time they get us, some of us, our prayer should get into them, let them vote for this woman. If not, we'll not have that war crown code how they call it sponsor because they meant to fund the process.
Paul, the chief advocates for this war crimes code are all Republicans. They're not Democrats.
Your friend say you're right, but then on the other side, the NATO are just bringing his historical figure.
Yeah, I mean,
when Donald Trump was president, he asked the question, why should we be funding NATO? All of these people, they should equal share. Yes, God don't want money to go out. So it's possible I mean, that's what I'm looking at from that stand, because he just want to do things the other way. So yeah, you jump in.
Yeah, the thing is that I want to believe is that when whoever wins, this could will still go on, because uh, it has vested interest with humanity. People should be held accountable, and those are things, accountability, human rights, and these are things that the Americans stand for, regardless of who becomes president. So it is a moral imperative for America. So I think there won't be any change in that direction, because the representative, what is his name? Chris, the guy,
Chris Smith.
it's Chris Smith, yes. I mean, he and Arden White. So yeah. So this will go before the House of Representatives, and they will lobby, and the House will give the green light, and then to execute.
But then
the
on the
mandate.
other side again, the situation that happened in Gaza, they showed that the American full of double standards. So when it comes to so that we could take that into consideration too.
Oh yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, there's no guarantee, so to speak, but but I'm just giving insight as to why I think the code will continue, because of the progenitors, the advocates of this code, like the Chris Smith and other guys. They're all Republicans, and they can lobby it.
Yeah, okay, but I also have another view, Francis. I will tell you one thing. Republican, people always say that two parties in America. No, it's more than 30. But the two major ones, the Republicans and the Democrats, and the two parties operate on the American standard of politics. Disregard all the things they talk about, during elections, all the campaign promises they make. America has got one international policy. They go by that. That thing is their blueprint. Now, so, and you're talking about the Republicans being the major advocates or the major, designers for this war crimes code. Yeah, it's true. But remember that if anything will have to go, the executive will also have to approve it. So what if the Republicans or the House or lawmakers, both lower and upper houses, get ready and they say, well, we want it, and the executive blacks it? What will happen? So that's why the newspaper put it correctly. They say the election could. They didn't say it will, or it's sharp. They say it could, which depicts uncertainty that it could decide the future of the court. So one day Donald Trump will go and say, "Oh, Liberia is one shithole country." Excuse my language. And what is America getting from Liberia anyway? Okay, and America's ties with Liberia was at its height in the 60s and 70s, not now. Okay, so he might not be interested in that. So he could say, well, okay, we put this one, we table this one now until later on. So what do we do? So I think Paul is right. We can only hope that whoever wins, if Trump wins, or I'm not too sure whether Trump will just sweep it under the rug, or we can just hope that if Trump wins, that he will pursue it, and if Kamala Harris wins, that she will pursue it. But we cannot have a definite stance on this one.
Okay. So my Jack Daniel is just getting cold in a way that I thought normally Jack Daniels will be hot but they want it just getting cold and colder every minute because they think here it look like it won't happen in my lifetime. So, Francis,
No, I mean, I think it will be it will serve as a closure to the long standing call for justice, for perpetrators. I mean, for victims and against the perpetrator of the war. So I strongly believe that whoever uh, wins the election, I mean, they will be taken into consideration. In regards to the NATO and whatever alliance is something that America has. I mean, Trump would have said, they're providing military support, and I think it's almost in the tune of 500 million plus. It is the support of this quote along
yeah,
with ECOWAS. ECOWAS is involved as well because the government presented the whole plan to ECOWAS. So ECOWAS will involve. They are involved in the court formation in the Gambia. So ECOWAS may be involved as well. So it's not just America alone. So yeah.
So Francis, you know when you said it's the Republican that been advocating for the thing. Remember too, there were 5 nuns that were killed in Liberia, and the American wanted justice for those 5 nuns. So maybe Donald Trump could be the one that they could whisper in his ear, say, look, these guys been dragging it for years. They don't want, because they keep playing politics around this. Maybe he could be the one that could pour fire on the people in Liberia.
It could be. It could be. Yeah. I mean, so so I mean, we cannot rule out anything, so to speak. But I mean, yeah, there's there's always room, for these, negotiations and pressure from America, that will bear on our government and our people to take action.
Yeah. So
another interesting thing again. Did you guys see about the ombudsman? Ombudsman is a Swedish word. It's an ombudsman. I think it's Norwegian, however, it's actually a Swedish word. The ombudsman.
Then I'll also say it's a Norwegian word, ombudsman.
No.
Yeah. So I mean, let's just pray that this thing happen, because the whole thing is our politicians have been dragging their feet, been coming with all kind of games regarding this thing. It should have been done long time. But the key players, they are sitting there too. They have their hands in it, so they will drag it. But maybe they're fired. Maybe Donald Trump could be the guy. Maybe. Or Kamala Harris, that woman, a little ruthless. She could be the one. So you never know. So we hope that. Yeah.
It was Anthony, but I listened to the ombudsman, ombudsman today. He was on the OK FM, then the OK Morning Rush is the evening edition of that program, right. And where he spoke about government or party officials in government that holding government positions to resign. And Amos Twer, who is the
Secretary General of the party.
Secretary General, he took the guy to court.
Great.
Yeah, can you imagine that? That's a travesty. I mean, look. I mean, you cannot be your own party. These guys, Lex or Amos Twer, they were once around masquerading, talking about conflict of interest. The guys in the CDC, they were holding government positions and stuff. Now he takes your own appointed official to court, and the court getting a slap in the face. So and the authority that the ombudsman has, he could recommend to the president a strong recommendation because that
To
office
get him,
is very
yeah,
powerful.
yeah.
That the guys they don't want to resign, they can be fired. So we're waiting to see if the president going to continue as business or no business as usual because we expect them to hope the tendency and the principles of transparency and conflict of interest.
Yeah, yeah. Linfa. So
Yeah.
we have about 10 more minutes. So let's yeah, go on.
Yeah. So I think that was interesting, with those discussions. But like Francis said, we cannot rule out anything. Let's hope that concerning the World Economic Crime School, that something good will happen. And then with all of what is going on in Liberia right now, it's just difficult that anybody can come out with anything substantial to say, because one night we'll wake up and probably tomorrow we'll wake up to something else. We don't know, especially like the Fonati Kofa thing. When it's dragging on and dragging on and dragging on, nobody knows what's going to happen. Kofa could say, no, we've got to go through the true process of law. And then the guys will say, no, we're refusing to come. So, for me, I really don't know what to say right now. We just hope that things will be okay, and that's what we're hoping for. But Paul, I don't think we have anything much now left. So
Yeah.
you can see what to do.
So the thing is, I don't know if you guys, for the next 5 minutes before we leave, or 4 minutes, you heard the revelation that the former speaker, who now Senator Nukwe, regarding this budget thing that they were trying to, what a big word people can use in Liberia. You heard this about it should have been 800,000, and then he played some kind of far for the be 600,000 that would benefit somebody. Any of you guys heard this story?
Well, I did listen to some video or some recording about Nokwe, but I did not follow it totally to the end. But he made a series of allegations, and so I think because Nokwe is a senator, this is not somebody on his side, and this guy has been in there before, so he knows exactly what he was talking, and where Liberian people say, where there is fire, there is smoke. There must be smoke. Or where there is smoke, there must be fire. So I think if people trace this smoke here, maybe at the base of the smoke, there will be some like little small fire, some like fire chunk burning somewhere. So we wait until, because he gave me the revelation yesterday, so we wait to hear. Probably there will be a lot of, I know the news, the newspaper, the media will follow, and then we'll get something out. Probably by tomorrow or before the weekends.
Okay. So on that note, guys, we'll wait to hear what the guy say is all about, because it's all about the money he's speaking about to unseat Fanatic Kofa. So all of these guys, something really interesting about the Fanatic Kofa guys. Before we go, Fanatic Kofa have been a lawyer that, if you're here about Big Ball 1, Big Ball 2, something, when he went after Vanisham on them, the very people that he went after, the very people now coming after him. You see what they say, what goes around come back to bite you.
Let me give you a story about the ants and the birds. When the birds are alive, they will eat the ants. For now, the ants will take it to eat it. So what goes up comes down.
Okay. Yeah, man. Anyway, guys, this is the night. To our viewer, I want to say thank you for being on the show tonight. Guys, any parting comment before we go?
Yeah, I just want to say that this Friday we'll be having Kula, Clarice Ford Kula.
Okay.
She's a chairperson on the planning committee of the Diaspora Liberians Annual Return. She'll be coming with 2 or 3 other persons. that are involved with the planning process, the whole planning process. So we hope that we will we have our audience coming to listen to her as she and her team to discuss, gave a insight and to explain why the Diaspora Liberian annual return going to be held in December, from December 1st to the 31st.
Great.
It's confirmed. I spoke to her, and
Okay. Well, we'll be looking forward to that discussion on Friday. Linford, exciting times.
Yeah. For me, I just want to thank our viewers, for following us. And every time we come here, when they come to listen to what we say, I think it's very important for me. We I forgot the English word. Okay, we appreciate you're coming here all the time, because the time you take to be with us, that time is very valuable. You could do it to do something else, but you use it to be here with us, and you are very important to us. I also want to welcome you guys to come back on Friday. Like Francis said, we're going to be having guests here, so you can come to hear what they will say. Probably you have some questions to ask, especially people in the diaspora. Since we are European based, we'll be focusing mainly on the European diaspora Liberians to come and be part of this broadcast. So if you know somebody that I don't know, tell them that we're going to be hosting people here to talk about the diaspora Liberians returning, not to go stay, but at least the annual visit to go and see what's happening. And those who want to stay, we can stay, and those who want to go establish businesses and all of that. So there's a lot of things that we'll be discussing. You can make it your duty to come to listen on Friday, same time, 9 o'clock Central European time, and I think 7 or 8 o'clock Liberian time. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So on that note, I'll say, guys, good night, and we'll close with it. Nice music from Liberia. Of course, we don't have copyright to this song. It's all about shawawa and all that thing. If you don't have money, you want to eat this, guys. Have a pleasant evening.
Boy.
If we're pregnant, speak up.
Sexy. Only records, Now you better lick on out what you want to do, don't can show yourself. Got plenty dancing, now you dancing, you get copy, I say don't can show yourself. You using Chani, Mr. Chani, I say don't can show yourself. You say you young boy, your sling on a papa bob, I say don't can show yourself. You get money, you want eat shawarma, eat some pizza, don't can show yourself. I using sense on you.